All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this special presentation on TimingResearch.com. My name is David Kosmeter. I'm the creator of Timing Research. And today I have my friend Chris Sayer of BigTrends.com here to do a special presentation for you. And for anyone who hasn't heard this story before, a little history for you. 20 years ago, I was an analyst for BigTrends.com, and Chris was a student of ours. And now, all these years later, I host these events on Timing Research, and Chris has been coaching students on the big trends trading strategies for over a decade, right?
Correct.
And so I'm happy to have him here to share his insights and his knowledge with us. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Chris Sayer of BigTrends.com.
David, thank you and really appreciate those kind words. And we just missed each other a few years working together here at Big
Yeah,
Trends, but how the time has flown by. So
yeah.
yes, a little history about Big Trends, and I'll tell you a little bit more about me here in a few minutes. So Big Trends was founded by a gentleman named Price Headley in November of 1999. So that means we're over 26 years old. And as David told you, I was a student client of Price Big Trends, David. Back then, you'll see on my bio here in a few minutes, I have a background in the financial services industry. So been here for quite a while. Big Trends has been around a while. And I share that because we've seen a lot of things. We've experienced a lot of things. I'm 57 years old, been trading and investing since I was 18. But what we're going to talk about today are how options on Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet have been hitting 200% winners, and the strategy is called AAA options. Now, as I told you, we're based here in Lexington, Kentucky. Some people would argue this is the horse capital of the world if you follow horse racing at all. You know, we're only a few weeks away from the first leg of the Triple Crown. So I believe we have a Triple Crown winning stable right here, if you will, with Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet, formerly known as Google. Now, before I get myself in any trouble, and got to read this to you, so please bear with me. The information provided in this presentation is based on our proprietary research and is intended for illustrative purposes only and not to be construed as specific advisory recommendations. Stocks and options trading have large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. The past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. See our terms of use on the BigTrends.com homepage for more information. So if you have something that pops up, throw it in the chat box there. David or myself will get to it. If you're thinking about today's presentation afterwards, you can contact us here at Big Trends. You see that contact information at the bottom. As I said, we're in Lexington. We're on the Eastern time zone. So we're here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. As David and myself told you, again, my name is Chris Sayer with Big Trends. Background in the financial services industry, like I told you. And as David and I told you, I joined Big Trends almost 15 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been almost 15 years helping traders just like you. Look forward to doing that each and every trading day. It's one of the joys of my job is getting to know how traders utilize David's information, how they utilize our information to make them better traders. Enough about me. Let's talk about you and what you're going to learn today. So as I told you on that opening slide, the name of the strategy is called AAA options. Here at Big Trends, we call them alert services because when you do purchase a subscription, we get a trade that is triggered. We alert you to take action. You can call it a trading system. You can call it a newsletter. You can call it a subscription, but that's what we call it. We're going to talk about how to trade options on 3 popular stocks using our tactics from over 26 years of experience, success stories, and some losses because losses are going to happen. This is reality trading. Numerous chart examples. Why? Because I believe most of us visually learn and learn through repetition. I want you to see what these trades look like. And then, of course, I'm going to reveal some, but not all, of the AAA option strategy to you. And of course, going to have a special offer for you at the end of the presentation. So let's start with a winning trade example from last week. So last week, we put out a trade on Alphabet to our subscribers on Tuesday, March 31st. April week 1, 282.5 calls, entered at $1.19 a contract. Why did we get into this trade? Now, I will teach you more about the time frame of this trade here in just a few minutes, but I will go ahead and tell you at the bottom, you see the 3 colored lines. This blue line here, This is ADX, average directional index. The green line is the DMI plus, the red line is the DMI minus. Now, the settings that we use for those indicators are proprietary. But when you do take advantage of my special offer for you that I have at the end of the presentation, you'll get access to what we call the settings and rules sheet, so you can see what the team is using to find these trades. So we're getting an ADX lift here and a DMI minus drop. So we're getting that cross. That is a key component. And as you can see, we entered the trade there in the black oval. And then as it climbed throughout the day on the 31st, it hit 200%. 200% is our main profit target objective, okay? We're not trying to get any more than that. Our research has said if you can make 200% in a day, take it and get out. And if you'd allocated up to $2,000 to that trade, you'd have made $3,808 gross profit before any commission or subscription investment. Please note all trades today are going to be based on a $2,000 allocation, again, before any commission or subscription investment. And as you can see on the slides, and I have to tell you, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Now, talking about money being allocated toward trades, okay? $1.19 a contract. So that means you could have done this trade for $119 because there's 100 shares represented in one options contract. So why 2,000 on the case studies? As we told you, I've been doing this for a long time here at BigTrends, interacting with traders just like you. I've never seen a client's brokerage statement or confirmation statement, but just based on discussions, it seems like most traders, and this is a little bit of a broad range, most traders are somewhere between $500 and $5,000 a trade. So 2,000's kind of in the middle, if you will. So you can do this strategy for a lot less than 2,000. You can do it for a lot more. I will tell you, you can actually do this strategy for about $200 a trade based off the last 12 months average. More about that later in the presentation. So let me give you some of the strategy guidelines. Average holding period, day trading. Don't click away. Don't let that frighten you. More about how to day trade here in a little bit. So we're in and out of these trades the same day. What type of strategy? As I showed you, ADX and DMI patterns, and there is a key component revealed to you. Each one of those bars on that first case study represented 15 minutes of trading action. So we're using a 15-minute chart. We're using ADX, we're using DMI. So what options do we trade? Follow along here. Straight calls and puts, so no spreads of any kind. We're using same week or next week's expiration dates. More about when we make that determination here in a few minutes. So true trend trading done intraday. Again, we're in and out same day. Using the 15-minute chart for increased speed and frequency. Again, being here at BigTrends for almost 15 years, interacting with traders like you, folks tell me they want action. And I get it. But you got to have a plan, not just go trade crazily without a plan. So new trades can trigger before 10:30 a.m. for longs. That's where you'd be trading calls. And between 10:30 and 1:30 p.m. Eastern time for shorts, where you would be using puts. So to be a subscriber to our AAA options newsletter, you need to be available between 10:30 and 1:30 to receive new trade ideas. Okay, so that's key. That's key. You need to be available in that window. These staggered scanning sessions allows us to catch signals during the ideal window for each type of setup. Now, scanning for signals on the 15-minute time frame has resulted in high trade frequency. We just discussed this, while still allowing for large profit potential, which I showed you on that first case study. We're targeting 200%, okay? Now, we're going to look for a specific setup. So let's talk about how our team filters for new trades. The entry involves that ADX cross that I highlighted for you, but there are other filters as well. And as you can see there, they are proprietary. But as I told you, when you subscribe today, one of the resources that you'll get access to is called the Settings and Rules Sheet. It's a 2-page PDF that you can download, you can print it out, however you'd like to interact with it, but it details line by line exactly what our analyst team uses to find these trades for our clients. These signals are quick trends designed to be entered and exited on the same trading day. And as you can see there in red, no overnight risk. That has become more popular, if you will, given what's been happening over the last 5 or 6 weeks in the markets. Some people, I'm not going to say most, but some people are interested in being out the same day because you never know what soundbite news splash is going to happen, causing movements in the markets. So if you're one of those folks, AAA options can be for you because, again, there's no overnight risk. The setup to find short signals uses the same indicators as the long system, but with different parameters. Again, you get access to those parameters when you subscribe. Now, as I told you, we use 200% profit targets, but we'll also use an end of the day time stop, okay? Because we're in and out the same day. So as I told you, you need to be available between 10:30 and 1:30. You also need to be available in the afternoon because if the trade has not hit our profit target, we will send you a new alert telling you it's time to get out of the trade. We also use an indicator-based exit. Have examples on that as well. So how to get the most bang for your buck while managing your risk? For 15-minute chart signals, we trade same week expiration options, except for signals that trigger on Thursday or Friday. And here's what I told you was coming. Then we'll trade next week's options. So if we get a signal today or tomorrow, we'll use next week's options, okay? We're typically trading, and here is a piece of the secret sauce for you. We're typically trading out of the money options, okay? Out of the money options to boost that reward potential of targeting 200%. So how to day trade options? Please check with your broker. Please check with your financial advisor. But these are general descriptions. Let's start on the left. You can use a cash account, no margin, can use capital once per day. Middle of the slide, use multiple margin accounts, allows up to 3 day trades per account per 5 trading days, okay? Or you can keep 25,000 or more in your margin account, and that avoids the pattern day trader rule altogether. Again, consult with your broker, consult with your financial advisor, but there is a general outline, 3 different ways that you can trade options in and out each day. So let's talk about the overall performance of AAA options. So this strategy was started, as you can see down here at the bottom left, January of 2024. And through this morning, if you'd have started back then with a $10,000 account, allocating up to $2,000 a trade, you'd be up $29,793 gross profit, okay? Gross profit before any commission or subscription investment. Now, I want you to notice tucked in and over here on the left, almost 300% return, trading just 3 names. You can see those 3 names over here on the right: Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet, formerly known as Google. AAA, get it? 297.93% return under those parameters. And ladies and gentlemen, that factors in all wins, all losses, and no compounding. No advanced math, if you will, simple math. Total up all the losses, total up all the wins, total it all up, $29,793 under those parameters. Now, as it says there on the banner, traders with larger accounts can trade more contracts. That is true because of the names that we're trading, right? There's ample liquidity in Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet. However, as I taught you earlier, you can trade this strategy with a lot less. Actually, about $200 a trade. But as I tell folks when I speak, Please always trade with what fits in your financial situation. How about the last 12 months? Now, I'm not going to get political here, okay? I'm going to state what I consider to be facts. April 2nd of last year, market closes. President Trump walks out into the garden with a big whiteboard with tariffs on countries all around the world. The futures market sells off and goes crazy to the downside. Market has a little tantrum, if you will, right? I think some people call that Liberation Day. And then things started to change over the weeks and months with the tariffs and all that. And we know the market came up, and now we're in this conflict with Iran. Okay? So think about all these different events that have taken place over the past year. And look what AAA options has done over the past 12 months. April 9th to April 9th, started with a $10,000 account, still allocating $2,000 a trade, up $18,638. Again, totaling all losses and all wins, no compounding, no commission, no subscription investment, $18,638. Again, if you tuck over here on the left, in the past year, 186.38% return, trading just 3 names to the upside and to the downside. And there's no overnight risk. You're in and out same day, up 186.38%. Okay, so I've shown you since inception. I've shown you the past 12 months. But what about this? How did AAA options perform in March 2026? We know what happened in March of 2026, right? Equity markets pulled down pretty hard because of the conflict with Iran. Well, here's all the trades that were issued in our AAA options in March. Okay, 5 trades. If you'd allocated up to $2,000 to each of those trades, you see that there. You see a small win, you see a small loss, you see a small win, you see a small loss, and you see the big profit that I showed you from last week. Now, if you'd allocated up to $2,000 to each of those trades in the month of March, $4,232 in gross profits. In March, and folks, look over here, all calls. Chris, you all traded calls even with the market trading to the downside? Yeah, because we're not trading the market. We're trading 3 names on a 15-minute chart. We follow a system. We don't let the news sound bites dictate how and when we trade. We follow the trading system. Now, as you've seen on these slides, and I have to tell you throughout the presentation, you know this, but they make me tell you. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. But I just showed you results from 2024. I just showed you results over the last 12 months, and I just showed you results over the past month through all kinds of market environments. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Now, this strategy primarily trades calls. I just showed you that. But it can play the downside as well. Let me jump into an example here on Alphabet. Now, this is a put trade, $1 for a contract. Again, you can do this strategy for as little as about $200 a trade. Now, these examples, again, are based off $2,000 a trade. The blue line here, ADX, okay? Green line, DMI plus, red line, DMI minus. So these are DMIs, and that's ADX. Now, we're looking for an extended ADX. Again, the settings are proprietary. We're looking for an extended ADX when we're trading puts. You see that being well above 50 over here, okay? Using our setting. So we get the trade that we like, we enter the trade, and then it falls the same day, making 200%. And remember, that is our profit objective. No more. 200, get it and go. $3,952 gross profit before any commission or subscription investment on that trade. So let's look at more trade examples now. Here's Apple, back to the call side. Now remember, with the call side, we're looking for the DMI minus to drop below the ADX and for this ADX to be climbing to the call side. 88 cents a contract. It means 88 bucks, folks, for one contract. In, out, 200%, made $1,872 if you were a $2,000 trader on this trade. And if you just joined, these are 15-minute bars. 15-minute bars. Each candle, red or green, represents 15 minutes of trading action. Here's Amazon. Again, rising ADX. ADX crossing DMI minus. Get in. It takes off that same day, making 200%. $3,990, almost $4,000 trading Amazon. And look at this, 57 cents a contract. Now, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Future results are going to vary. Now, AAA options have been finding an average of 7 new options trades per month. So let's look at case studies that use our ADX turn as an exit. So you think back to that slide where I showed you not all trades will hit 200%. We'll use a time stop or we'll use an indicator exit. Folks, here you go. It's the ADX turn. We're looking for a turn in ADX to get us out of trades. So here's Amazon. Enter. We get the setup that we like for the calls. We have a rising ADX. We have the DMI minus falling. We enter. We exit. We closed it for 84.95%. That trade generated $1,659. And as you can see clearly down here in that black circle, ADX is this blue line. Average directional index is rolling over. We get out. Okay. Let's look at another example here, this time on Apple. Get the DMI minus dropping. You have ADX rising. So we enter. We get out. Why? As you can see right here in this black circle down below, ADX is rolling over. We get out. We make 57.14%. Trade generated $1,120 gross profit. Remember, all these trades today are based off a $2,000 allocation before any commission or subscription investment, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results. 98 cents a contract. As I told you early on, when I started sharing performance information with you, I told you not every trade is going to be a winner. So what I'm about to tell you right now, do not subscribe to our newsletter if you're expecting every trade to be a winner, because that's not reality. Okay. What I'm showing you is reality trading. So let me talk about a reality loss. This is a call trade. We get the setup that we like. DMI minus falling, ADX climbing. You've seen success stories with this. So we get the setup that we like. ADX turns. You see that right there. It turns, and it happened to be a loss, 48.83%. And if you'd allocated up to $2,000 to that trade, you'd have lost $858. So please, when you sign up, allocate what you're willing to lose on a trade, okay? Because there will be losses. Even though I've shown you what I consider to be good, great performance stats over the past month, the past 12 months, and since inception, right? Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Now, listen, not every trade will hit its 200% target, okay? We've talked about that. So I showed you exits based off the ADX turn, but we'll also exit trades based off a time stop, because remember, we're not holding a trade overnight. Here's Alphabet. Calls. Get in. Why? Because DMI minus is falling. ADX is rising. We enter and we get out for 101.32%. Trade generated $2,002 on that Alphabet trade there. How about this trade on Alphabet? These are puts. Now, remember, with puts, as I taught you, this blue line is ADX. And ADX needs to be above 50. Okay? I'll let you know that piece of the puzzle. So we enter 212 a contract. All right? And as I told you, you can do this strategy for about 212 here for a single contract. We enter. We have to get out because time is running out. The day is almost over. We make 48.58%, $927 gross profit on that Alphabet trade. Here's one on Amazon. Get in. This is the call side. We have the cross and the climb, if you will, of ADX. We enter. It trades sideways, makes 30.91%, $612 gross profit on that trade. Okay. And then you can see when that was. It was from March 4th, about a month ago. I shared that table with you from March. So there's one of the trades there, not a full win, a time stop trade on that Amazon trade there. Still made 612. Now, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Future results are going to vary. Here's one. Shared that on the graphic with you. 88 cents on Apple, March 23rd, in and out, made 29.5%. Trade generated $572. So you're talking about recency. These are recent. Here's one. How about this week? How about this week? How about real recent? Calls. DMI minus falling, ADX climbing, enter. Goes up. Close it, 70.51%. Trade generated $1,375 this week. This week. So I've shown you trade examples throughout the past year. I showed you some from the past month, showed you last week, showed you this week. So let's review last week's 200% winner one more time. This is the very first case study I shared with you all earlier. This is Alphabet. Last Tuesday. Why did we get into this trade? And if you just joined us, I have taught the attendees that these are 15-minute bars, okay? This blue line, ADX, green line, DMI plus, red line, DMI minus. People ask me all the time, what's my favorite indicator? You're looking at it. Love DMI plus and minus and ADX. If I could only use and trade with one indicator, regardless of the time frame, you're looking at it. That's my personal preference, okay? If I have to pick one indicator. We've got the cross of the DMI minus and ADX, and you see ADX is climbing, so we entered that trade, and we closed it out for 200%. Remember, 200% is our main profit objective, no more. Our system, our research has taught us if you can make 200% in a day, take it and look for the next opportunity. Now, if you'd allocated up to $2,000 to that trade, again, you'd have made $3,808 gross profit before any commission or subscription investment. Now, here's a reminder how this strategy has performed over time. So remember, it was started back in January of 2024, okay? So it's a little over 2 years old. If you'd have started back then at inception, $10,000 account, $2,000 a trade, all losses, all wins, no compounding, no commission, no subscription fees, $29,793 gross profit. And as I shared earlier, tucked in over here on the left, that's 297.93% return. Almost 300% return, trading just 3 stocks with no overnight risk. Now you see it, I got to say it, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Past 12 months, remember, I took you back to the White House April 2nd, Liberation Day, as they call it. And we know what has transpired throughout the markets in the world over the past year. And here's what's transpired in AAA options. Trading calls, trading puts, all wins, all losses, $18,638 gross profit before any commission or subscription investment. 186.38% return under those parameters. Now, as I told you earlier, and I've told you throughout the presentation, you can trade with less, you can trade with more than 2,000. But please always trade with what fits in your financial situation. So I will show you how you can get real-time trade alerts when this strategy finds a trade. Now, this is only available to the first 25 traders, and if my math is right, there's more than 25 of you in the room right now. So, limited opportunity for the first 25 traders. AAA options retail pricing. So, bear with me as I walk through this, okay? 6 months of trade alerts from AAA options, trading resources. Price Headley, again, is our founder and CEO. He records weekly video updates. I've mentioned this a few times throughout the presentation. The settings and rules sheet. It's a 2-page PDF outlining exactly how Price and our analyst team find these trades, give you the settings for the indicators that they use, teach you the option selection process, okay? What if you have questions? Well, we give you a dedicated email address to contact Price and his research team. All of that's going to be provided to you in your welcome email. So when you sign up today, you're going to get 2 emails from us. You're going to get a purchase receipt, of course, and you're going to get a welcome email. Okay. Do you have to utilize the trading resources? You do not. You do not. You can just simply sit back and get your trades. But if you're curious, you want to learn more, you're hungry for knowledge, then we give you the resources. Total value for 6 months, $1,782 based off the monthly list price of $297. Now, David was so kind to have us come speak to his community here today. So with Price's blessing, with JP, our marketing coordinator's blessing, and David's blessing, they said, Chris, reveal the special package. So here we go. 6 months of trade alerts and the resources, $1,782, not today, right? Here comes the special package. Buy 6 months, get 6 months free. 12 months in total, okay? So now you're looking at an entire year worth of trades. And before anybody asks, it will not automatically renew on April 9th of 2027. What will happen is 3 days prior, our team will send you an email presenting you with an opportunity to renew. If you miss it, you ignore it, your subscription would simply expire on April 9th, 2027. $797. Now, I showed you numerous trades throughout the presentation. If you were a $2,000 trader, that would cover $797. But I'm in a good mood, and I got this approved. How about a $500 promo code? AAA. Get it, AAA? 500 takes it down to $297, and that's not for 6 months. That's for 12 months. You're looking at a full year of trades for just under $300, $297. Now, as I told you, 25 of you get to act today by going to TimingResearch.com/triple. Now, let me take you to that page, show you how easy this checkout cart is to navigate. Billing information up here at the top left, okay? Billing information up here at the top left. First name, last name, email. Please take your time typing in your email address. I know you're excited. I know you want to get signed up. I really appreciate that, okay? But if you type an incorrect character or maybe put in your junk email address instead of your trading email address, then your purchase receipt and your trades and your welcome email and all that will not be sent to the email that you want it to go to. Contact information up here at the top right. You saw it on some of the slides throughout the presentation. Again, here at BigTrends, we're here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. You see that. Right below that, you see that we accept the 4 major credit cards: Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover. If you slide down that column, there is a golden yellow rectangle with the word PayPal in it. That means we accept PayPal as well. So 5 ways for you to get signed up. But before you click complete my purchase, there's a reminder here in the order summary. Apply the promo code AAA500 to save $500. Well, how do we do that? Well, just below that is the word subtotal. Slide down just a smidge below that. You're going to see a light blue hyperlink that says have a promo code. Well, yes, we do. We got to click it. Then we're going to type in AAA, right? AAA, because that's what we're trading. And then we're going to type in $500 because that's what you're about to save when you do this next step and slide over and click apply. $297. And it reminds you up here in order summary, 12 months in total. It's a 6-month BOGO. Buy 6 months, get 6 months free, 12 months in total, and it does not automatically renew. Terms and conditions are there and here, and the contact information is listed a second time as well. It's 1-800-BIG-TRENDS. That's 1-800-244-8736 or email client@BigTrends.com. And as it says at the bottom, we're here to help. If you weren't here at the beginning of the presentation, BigTrends has been around for more than 26 years. I was an early client of Price Headley and BigTrends, and then I've had the pleasure of being a part of Price's team for almost 15 years. I joined Price and his team in September of 2011. We're giving you the opportunity to join us today by subscribing to AAA options when you go to TimingResearch.com/triple and use that promo code AAA500. Now, if you need to go, I understand. Glad, grateful that you shared some of your time with us, but I do have some more slides, okay? Frequently asked questions. Let's talk about them. What type of strategy is used? Buying calls or puts? Buying calls or puts. So yes, we can go in either direction. How will you receive the trade alerts? Real time via email. You heard me talking about the importance of the email and the checkout cart. Now you'll notice out here to the right, or WhatsApp. What is WhatsApp? It is a free, no-cost application that you can put on your computer, your laptop, your tablet, or your mobile device. Do you have to use WhatsApp to be a subscriber? You do not. We do not text. We use WhatsApp. Why? Because it's faster, more efficient than texting. We've been doing it for over 2 years now, almost 2.5, I guess. If you sign up today and you don't want to do WhatsApp, that's fine. And then you change your mind in 2 or 3 weeks, we give you setup instructions in 2 locations. In your welcome email, you've heard me mention, you'll also find it in your BigTrends account under the My Account section. When are the new AAA options trades sent? Remember, before 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. You need to be available between 10:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. Eastern time to be a subscriber. When are trades closed using the time stop? At the end of the trading day, okay? Because we're not carrying anything overnight. How many trades per month will you receive? 7 trades per month on average. You saw in the month of March, it was 5, okay? You understand averages. Here's the point that I've been talking about throughout the presentation. The average price of a AAA options trade, $1.04 average contract the last 12 months. So theoretically, on average, you could have traded for $104 per trade. So when I say a couple hundred, that's why I say a couple hundred, because it's an average at $1.04, okay? But as I've stated throughout, please always trade with what fits your financial situation. Included resources. Remember, Price Headley is the founder and CEO of BigTrends. He does weekly video updates. We give you access to the trading system. There's nothing hidden. We teach you the secret sauce behind the trading system. We give you the exact settings for ADX. We give you the exact settings for DMI plus and minus. And here's something I haven't taught you. You saw on the slides how very specific we were with those options. We told you trade, this particular expiration, this week expiration, all of that. Well, our team uses an indicator called average true range in that option selection process. So it's not just as simple as what I shared with you early on in the presentation of buying out of the money option on one of these 3 stocks, okay? It's not that simple. Don't forget, we give you support. And remember, we've been around for more than 26 years. Dedicated email address to the analyst team should you have any questions about trades, options selection process, indicators, any of that stuff. We also give you support with our client care department with that dedicated email address to them, clientcare@BigTrends.com, or the BigTrends phone number. Remember, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget, just one winning trade could have covered today's package. One. So here's the trade from last week. It hit the full profit target. It was on Alphabet. If you'd have put $2,000 into that trade, you'd have made $3,808 gross profit. Again, before any commission or subscription investment. What about the trade from this week that I shared with you earlier? It wasn't a 200% win, right? It was a 70% win, 70.51 to be exact. And if you'd have put $2,000 to that trade, you'd have made $1,375 before any commission or subscription investment. And as you've seen, and I have to tell you, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. So AAA options, remember, it started out at 6 months. Total value, $1,782. If you just joined me, this is the revealing of the package that I got approved for you guys today. 6 months, the resources, total package value, $1,782 goes away. It's a BOGO. Buy one, get one. Buy 6 months, get 6 months free. 12 months in total, a full year of trades, and it does not automatically renew. Dropped it to $797. That drops even further because I got a promo code for you worth $500. AAA 500 drops that down to $297. Again, that's for all 12 months. All 12 months for just under $300. Think about that. Now, you do need to be one of the first 25 traders to go to TimingResearch.com/triple. David has put in that URL for you. So, David, thank you for doing that. Somebody's asking about money back guarantees. On a $297 offer, we give you a prorated versus the term via the terms and conditions that are listed in the checkout cart. There's no money back guarantee for $300. If you're worried about $300, I'm not for sure you need to be trading. AAA options since inception, $10,000 trade account starting balance, $2,000 a trade, $29,793 gross profit before any commission or subscription investment. $29,793, all wins, all losses, no commissions, no subscription investments. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Again, 297.93%. 293. No, there's not a money back guarantee. $18,638 gross profit over the past 12 months, 186.38%. If you're worried about a money back guarantee on a $300 offer, I'm not for sure you need to be subscribing and trading. That's my personal opinion. 186.38% if you'd started with a $10,000 account a year ago, $2,000 a trade, all wins, all losses, $18,638 gross profit. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. So since inception, last 12 months, and don't forget last month, 5 trades, 2 losses, 2 time stops, and 1 big win. $4,232 gross profit if you're a $2,000 trader. You see it laid out there, and you see that we're very specific on telling you what to trade. And as I shared earlier, yep, they were all called trades, even in a down market, because we do not worry about that because we're looking for intraday momentum. Intraday momentum, okay? And we got it. Trading calls with those trades. Now, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Future results are going to vary. So again, 6 months plus the resources, $1,782 marked out. It's a BOGO. Buy 6 months, get 6 months free, 12 months in total. $797 goes away when you apply the promo code AAA500. Get it AAA because you're trading Alphabet, Amazon, and Apple, right? AAA, you get it, 500. Drops it down to $297 if you're one of the first 25 traders to go to TimingResearch.com/triple. Here's the checkout cart. Once again, you see the email field highlighted in red. I do that on purpose. I want you to get it right. Type it in correctly, type it in slowly so you can get your purchase receipt and your welcome email. Contact information here at BigTrends is up at the top of the checkout cart. As I shared earlier, it's down here at the bottom as well. Terms and conditions are there, and there's the contact information as well. And as I said earlier, we're here to help. Remember, BigTrends has been around for more than 26 years. I've been here for almost 15 of them, and I was an early client of BigTrends back when David used to work for Price and the BigTrends team, okay? TimingResearch.com/triple. And do not forget your promo code AAA500 to save $500. No automatic renewal. Again, we'll send you an email 3 days prior to expiration, giving you the opportunity to renew. If you miss it, you ignore it. Your subscription will simply expire. David, is there anything that I've missed?
I don't think so. I think you answered all the questions that
Okay.
came through the chat.
Okay. I see Michael's in the room. Hey, Michael, good to see you. Thank you.
You mentioned you do provide stop losses with the
Oh
trade.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right?
We get them in. We'll give them a stop loss and a profit target. And if those aren't hit during the day, then we'll send a new alert out, getting them out of the trade via the time stop. Or if we get the ADX signal, the turn that I taught about, if we get that, then we'll send out an alert saying, hey, ignore the stop, ignore the profit target, shut the trade down. We're losing momentum.
All right, great. Yeah, and you talked about the average number of trades per month.
7.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, any other questions for Chris? All right, yeah, I
All
think
right.
that's it.
David, thank you so much for having us once again. Always enjoy being with you and your team.
Yeah.
Look forward to you having us back again real soon.
Yeah, thank you for being here. And yeah, so be sure to go to timingresearch.com/triple and get one of the 25 um, spots that BigTrends is offering today. And if you missed any of this presentation and want to watch it again, it did live stream to YouTube. So as soon as I shut the room, that archive will be instantly available for you to review. Um, but these spots are going to sell out quickly, I think. So be sure to act quickly. So, all right. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you, David. Have a great day.
All right. Thanks.